Hi, I'm Mabel with Music Felon. Would you guys like to introduce yourself?
This is Joshua Thompson, and we are Atlas Maior.
My name's Stefan Del Bosque.
And my name is Joshua Peters.
What brought you guys to South by Southwest?
We are a local band here in Austin. We tour internationally and nationally, and this year we got accepted. Our showcase in 2020 was canceled because of the pandemic, and this is our reclamation run, so we're off to a great start here.
Yeah. I personally have worked South by on the production end ever since like 2012 or something like that. So this is the first time I've actually been able to play it as an artist officially, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice to be official this time. I've played the festival a lot of kind of on the periphery in the unofficial way with a number of people, but this is my first time as well officially on the roster here.
If you could use 3 words to describe your music, what would they be and why?
Changing it up.
Yeah.
We're changing it up here.
I would say creative, improvised, and expressive, I guess. Those are probably that's where I'm trying to come from with the music, I think,
Intense, sensual, with intention. That's 4.
Aware, provocative, and synchronized. Yeah.
And that's why we change it up. That's why we change it up.
If you could learn any new instrument, what would it be and how would you incorporate it to your music?
You're already doing that, right? I mean, if in this particular band, if I could incorporate vibraphone, I would love that. It's my favorite instrument. I don't own one, so I'm not really good at it. But but if I could incorporate something that I really enjoy, it'd probably be vibraphone into this project for sure.
For me, it would be Armenian duduk or nai. These are woodwind instruments. Nai is a Middle Eastern and Turkish flute. Ney in Turkey, nai in the Middle East. So I will go with those 2 instruments.
Yeah, you kind of stole my answer. I was going to say nai as well, because I think it's so beautiful. But in the realm of strings, I think if I could spend 15 years learning sarod, I would want to bring that into the mix.
15 years of learning sarod. So sarod is an Indian, northern Pakistani and northern Indian instrument. So, in case nobody's hip to these instruments.
What would you explain the feeling you get when you're performing on stage?
Out of body, but still very much present in the moment. I think whenever things are going the way that you want it to go, you're kind of watching yourself perform as opposed to looking at the crowd or thinking about the next phrase or whatever. You're kind of just lift up out of your body and you're kind of watching yourself from the top or whatever. And I think that's kind of that's what we call that, being in that place, being truly present, or giving everything that you can as an artist and not thinking yourself to death, that kind of a thing. So that's the feeling that I get.
Yeah, I think getting out of your own head and just letting the music come through you instead of you want the music to play you, not you play the music, in a way. That kind of creative ego death where you're just channeling the music through you. That's the ideal.
I'm good on that one. They did a great job. That was great. They took all my answers.
What's the biggest lesson you learned in your teenage years?
Teenage years. About music?
About music? About anything? In my teenage years, I would say, being a teenager is pretty rough. But I learned, I think once you get out of that and you start to have some more experience, you start to learn, the older you get, how to be patient with yourself. And also you learn how to, that you don't have to have everything figured out at one time. You don't have to turn 21 or be 18 or 25 and have everything figured out in your life. You have a lot more time than you realize. And looking back, I realized that it would have been okay if I would have taken a year or 2 or 3 to kind of figure out some other things, or do some different things, maybe try some different things, maybe go to college and get that 2nd or 3rd degree, or go to master's, get that PhD, because the time goes by anyways, and you have a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things. So there's no rush.
But I think for me it was being consistent in whatever it is that you're doing. Just like keep at it, because
Don't stop.
yeah, don't stop. Whatever it is, just keep doing it, because you're constantly going to learn. With music, I mean, I'm learning every day. That I was trash 2 years ago, and then the 2 years before that I was trash too, because I'm realizing that I'm learning so much more about my craft now, that just being consistent is like the biggest asset that I would have definitely instilled in my teenage self. If I was like, go back in time 15 years, I'm just gonna be like, look dude, just keep doing the thing that you're doing right now, I promise.
And ask for help with it.
Yeah, and ask for help. Yeah, and then don't afraid to be vulnerable as well.
Yeah. I mean, both of what y'all said rings true for me, and I think in terms of anything that I actually learned during my teenage years, it was probably just, to believe in what I was doing, in terms of music and in terms of like career direction, even though like it didn't always feel good and it didn't always feel like, things were going in the right direction, or like there was a real future with what I was doing. But it was like something inside of me at that time was like, no, just keep doing this, you love this, like push on. And I think that's something that I had at that time that has helped me throughout the years. So
Okay, and which of your songs has the most meaning to you?
I would say right now, the band is getting ready to release a new album later this year, and we recorded a full album during the pandemic. And I would say that collection of songs really expresses for the band what we've been going through as individuals. Like many people, during the pandemic have had such a hard time. It's not just musicians. So as bad as we've been hit with the pandemic, we're lucky that we have our health. We're lucky that we haven't lost anybody in our family. So I think the most relevant in terms of the emotional, demonstrative nature of our music, I would say is probably the collection of those 4 songs, and what will be the release of an album called Hadal later this year. So we have a theme of going through the ups and downs, the spiritual ups and downs, and kind of vulnerability and volatility of our times. So I think that's what I'll say about that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a tricky question, because I think the songs that are really hitting me emotionally the most are the ones that haven't been released yet. But yeah, I think like the free improvised pieces that we do usually are the most like kind of emotionally impactful for me in performance, more than anything else. So I could say that.
I think for me it's the ones that change over time, because they have deeper layers at that point. Ones that have like evolved to like 3 and 4 steps to where they are now, I think, and there's quite a few of those. So I actually don't even know by name which ones those are, but
I think it's worth noting. I think it's worth noting with going with what you're saying is, like, as a group, we have songs that have been written, some of them many years ago, some of them more recently, some of them are very new that we're not even finished with, but the songs are constantly evolving and changing, and we're adding to them, we're just subtracting to them, we're making them better. And if you don't do that, then the spirit of the song, and for me, it loses the meaning. And it's about how we're playing the song today. It's not about recreating an old idea. So I think that's relevant.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah.
Bands that this is more like an intense, driven, emotional, cathartic reaching for the celestial realm kind of band. But yeah, we do naturally go into some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we move our bodies. I don't know if we have any specific moves that we do consistently.
I think your instrument really determines what movements you can do. So you can swing as hard as you want. You know, you're still your instrument. You can still keep doing this, but like drummers can't like get up and go walk over, you know, and like do a step or something, you know.
I seen this guy take off his shirt in the middle of a show in China, all right, and get up and like flex. So.
Okay, thank you for letting me interview you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.